Hello and welcome to my video vlog. I'm currently filming this on the first day of the new year, 2026. I have never been one to do New Year's resolution. I've tried, but like most people, I fall short. But I didn't want to do that. Last year and this year, 2025, I wanted to take it seriously because I had some stuff happening to me that I realized that it needed a real change. So I want to come over here. This is what this video is about. This is me talking about my 2025 New Year's resolution, and if I did get them, I'm gonna use this as a video diary to talk to myself and get you along the journey, I guess. So this was my journal for 2025, and I finished it, and I started a new one. I started this one because this one I finished it I think in the middle of the year or something. But in the first page of the journal, I wrote my resolution. I've been seeing these videos of like mood boards, like create a mood board, and I tried that once, and it didn't work because it was all over the place. I couldn't remember what I promised myself. There were so many like pictures. I also printed it in black and white. I'm gonna try to find a picture, and it was a mess. I saw this video at the beginning of 2025 of a girl saying that you're doing your mood board wrong and that it shouldn't be this colossal collage of many random ass pictures. It should be through categorization. So each part of your life that you think is important, you need to make a promise to yourself. So there are 8 categories, and spoiler alert, I succeeded in some of them and I didn't succeed in others. Number 1, academically. Number 2, professionally. Number 3, content creation. Number 4, financially. Number 5, relationship. Number 6, mental health. Number 7, body health. And number 8, religious. These are the categories that I thought were most important in my life. So we're gonna go through each one of them and we're gonna talk about it. So before I do that, can I just cheers, stay hydrated. I used to say that a lot when I used to do studies with me. I got water all over myself. I'm a mess. Also, I did a whole crying session in the past 2 days. Don't ask why. Just just one of those days, one of those weeks where you're a hot mess. But I didn't want that to stop me. Like my therapist says, life is like a heartbeat. We have ups and we have downs. And I definitely had my fair share of downs recently, but I want to change that. I want today to be an up. So that's why I wanted to start the day with this. And I really hope I post this video like at the first week of 2026. Nothing later. I'm gonna make that promise to myself. I bought a new water bottle. Stay hydrated. Yeah, feels good. Water, your best friend, still feels good. Okay. So let's start with number 1, academically. So what did I have in mind for 2025? Plan A, I get accepted into Chevening. Plan B, I get accepted into Cairo University. Plan C, I graduate master's in Algeria with high honors. So what does this mean is that for 2025, I wanted to go and study abroad. That was my big vision for the 2025. I said to myself that, I have the capacity to actually go and study abroad, and that was my dream, and I wanted to do my master's abroad, I should say. And so the scholarship that I chased was Chevening. Now, if you know anything about Chevening is like the biggest UK scholarship. They fund everything, but the winning pool is really, really small, and it's really competitive. And I believed in myself, and other people in my circle believed in me to chase it. So what happened is that I got accepted into a UK university, and I actually have the the acceptance letter. If I find it, I'll put it here. So that was really exciting, but unfortunately I did not get accepted into the scholarship. So plan B was the other university that I wanted to go to, which is the Cairo University. Same thing, I think I got accepted into the Cairo University, but I didn't get accepted into the scholarship program, which was the Tomorrow Leaders program. They were asking me for these documents that I couldn't get because I needed to go to the consular, which is like in the capital, and I don't have a car and I don't have anybody who lives there to help me. So I just decided to drop it, since after Shivning rejected me, I wasn't really too excited to get accepted into the Cairo University. But what did happen is plan C. I graduated my master's. Well, I graduated my first year of master's. My second year is going to be in June 2026, and since we're speaking academically, my grades have stayed the same. They have not dropped. I actually can put a screenshot to my grades of Master 2, Semester 1 right here. They are still as good as they were. I made a video once talking about my grades. Yeah, still the same. 17, 18, 15, like nothing more, nothing less. So this is not a failure in my eyes. Sure, I got rejected. Sure, I didn't really go abroad in 2025 like I wanted to, but I kept my grades as good as I can get them, even though I was working a full-time job, and I graduated. I graduated Master 1, and now I'm going to graduate Master 2. And if I make a New Year's resolution for 2026, academically, I will get my diploma, something that I've worked for 5 years. That's not a small achievement. I know myself, and I know that I'm gonna think that it is because, oh, I didn't get picked by the big dogs, so it doesn't matter, but it does. I've studied for 5 years. I've studied English for 5 years, and I've been the first one in my class for 5 years consecutively. That is not a small achievement. That is not something that anybody can do, and I need to give myself credit for that. So good job, me. The second one is professionally, and I think that this is the one I excelled the most. I had a really, really amazing professional and career year in 2025. So I made a video a while back talking about my first ever job. Well, at the start of 2025, I've quit that job because the manager was a bit toxic, the environment was a bit toxic, it wasn't really that good, even though the salary was stable and it was the first time I had a stable income. But something within myself told me that the effort that I put into another person's project, I could have put it into mine, and I have the quality to create my own project. That's when I created Algeria Language Center, which is basically an online school where you can not only learn English, but you can learn any language you want in the world. And because at the end of 2024 I did my IELTS test and I became officially an IELTS graduate, I had the qualification to teach other people how to do the IELTS, and that's why the page grew. And so I've written it right here. I just realized I didn't say the New Year's resolution out loud. I will be a very good teacher to my students, true, and my teaching page will grow, true. Both of them happened. I had many students of my own. Nobody gave them to me like I used to in my old job. I got them on my own. I got them through my own marketing, through my own ways, and they stayed for months and months and months, and they passed their IELTS. So everything is great there. And my page did grow because I think I should talk about this in the content creation part, but I got 2K, almost 2K on my TikTok page, I got 1.1K on my Facebook page, and I got 500 on my Instagram page. Now, these are small numbers, I understand, but for someone who started their own business in June 2025, and I've actually, in one of my journals, I've written every time I was posting, because when I started this business, I started it in summer 2025, and I told myself for the 3 months of summer I'm gonna post every day, and I did. It's in my second journal. It's in this one, and I'm gonna put pictures here. So yeah, July was the first month, and then August was the second month, and then September on the third month. And I was so scared because, it's not easy to drop something so stable like an everyday income and then go and create something from zero. But I knew I had potential, and I'm so happy that it paid off. Category number 3 is content creation, which is along the line of what I said. I will post every day as much as possible. I didn't post every day for the whole year because I didn't start the page until the summer. Because in the first month I was, studying, and I had other personal things. So from July to December, I posted every day for 3 months. We can say that. We can say that. Still an achievement. I will consider it a win. I'll consider it as check. Number 4, financially. I'm also excited about this one. And I forgot I wrote this. Financially, I will keep saving until I have money enough for university. Yes and no. We both know, like you're my friend. I told you that I didn't get accepted into Scheveningen, and obviously the money that I was thinking about, I was like, oh, if I go abroad I need savings, so I'm gonna save as much as possible. Well, since I didn't get accepted, the saving was less about the university and more about me personally. I told myself that, I'm very grateful that I have a job in my 20s. I don't think other people have this privilege. Other people start looking for a job after they graduate, but I am a student and a full-time worker and manager, so that's not really easy to handle. So I told myself that I should save as much money as possible. But something happened along the lines of 2025. Yes, I saved money, but I also spent money on things that I never had the luxury of having when I was a child. And these items are not purely luxury, they're not purely entertainment, they are things that I needed. And because I grew up in a poor household and my parents were just thinking about food on the table, they weren't really thinking about whether I have this or that, I started to give myself that. So for example, the mirror behind you, I bought it with my own money. The water bottle, my own money. My glasses, my own money. My phone, my own money. The laptop, I fixed it with my own money. The books, I added so many books to my collection. I used to ask my mom for money. Transport, going to university and back, my money. So many hobby things. I bought a painting. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I should show you this. Ta-da! This is painted by numbers. And there's other things all over my bedroom that I bought with my own money that I am very grateful for. Number 5. Oof, this is a hard one. Relationship. I will follow my standards and seek a man who crosses all of them. In 2024, I used to date someone who didn't go along with my standards. But because of trauma that I will not get into, I accepted that, and I was okay with that because that person, it was good enough. It liked me. He liked me enough. And I realized that mentality cannot really take me so far. And I realized that I'm not gonna cry on camera. I realized that I need to love myself before I love anybody else, because if I love myself so much, I would not allow someone who didn't go follow my standards. And what happened this year, and I don't know if anybody watching this has followed that specific journey, but what happened this year is I met someone who followed those standards. And I've met someone who I planned, or he planned a whole future with. And I met someone who I thought was really, really serious about the relationship. And he was, for the most part. But then came the end of 2025 and things went south a little bit. I'm trying to decide whether to say out loud what happened or not, but you know, this is my YouTube channel, and if you have taken the time to get to this point in this video, it means either you care or you just want gossip. Doesn't matter. I got cheated on. I got cheated on by someone who I thought was my best friend for the entirety of 2025. You know what's funny? It's not funny, but I kind of went through the same thing as the wizard Liz. She had a scandal. I shouldn't say a scandal, it's her fucking life, and I'm so sad that people are calling it a scandal. But you know, someone who she loved very dearly cheated on her, and he was engaged to her and even married to her, I think, and she really thought that she knew that person, but it turned out everything was a lie because he cheated. The same thing has happened to me. I've really grew very close with someone over 1 year, and I thought that, you know, he's the one and he's doing all these right things. And when I say the right things, I mean the right things. And I was like, New Year's resolution, I met someone who follows all my standards. But unfortunately not, because at the end he did cheat. And I will say a good thing though, I didn't accept him back. I didn't go back. I said, okay, well, even though I had problems in the past with my standards, I don't have a problem with this. And when someone cheats on me, I know the best thing to do is to leave them and to never seek them again, and to know my worth and know that if someone cheats on you, it means he thinks you're dumb enough to manipulate, he thinks you're dumb enough that you will accept him back. And I gave him none of those satisfactions, and I just left. Like I didn't just spend 6 years bonded with this person. And you know, like all cheaters do, he lies, he manipulates, he gaslights. He tried to say that, oh, like, let's not throw everything that we've been through, but I didn't throw that. You did. You cheated. I'll spare you the details, but what I'm saying is, this category was going very well, but then it didn't. But it's not a fail, because even though I didn't meet, or I thought I met that guy that met all my standards, but then he turned out to be a liar and a cheater, I still had standards when I didn't take him back. That's still standing on business. That's still keeping your standards. I will never, ever, you will never catch me dating a man who cheated on me, ever. And if I do, I don't know, and I'm being manipulated. And that's what he tried to do. But as soon as I found out, I left. And I'm at peace with that, and I'm happy. And he's not, because he keeps DMing me and keeps messaging me and keeps emailing me. But you're lost, buddy. I'm at peace. You're not. You're lost. Next category. Mental health. Oof. Oof. Me and mental health. We go like this. Sorry, I shouldn't really laugh, but if you're a good friend of mine, you know. If you know, you know. Anyways, mental health. I will control my emotions and be the higher version of myself. Is that what I wrote? Yes and no. I mean, you can't go through life without having like an emotional crisis. So I definitely had my fair share of panic attacks. But did I control them? Did I control my emotions and I was my higher self? Not always, but I will tell you what I did. I did find a therapist, and I was on the lookout for a therapist like a great portion of my like 20s, or the start of my 20s, because I knew that I had some mental health problems and some past trauma that I needed to deal with. And you know, Algerians, they don't really believe in mental health. That's a whole other conversation. But I did meet someone who graduated from psychiatric school, and he quickly became a good friend of mine, and he quickly became my therapist. And something I've never done is I had weekly therapy sessions, and they did wonders. They really did. They taught me grounding rules and grounding techniques, and you know, emotional grounding rules that I heard of them, but I just never took them seriously. But my therapist really helped me. And even though the start of the year wasn't really that good at emotional regulation, the end of it was really good because I met the therapist. So I'm gonna count that as a check. I'm gonna count that as, a win. It's not a fail. Even though I didn't control my emotions all the time, and even though I did burst out in front of people that I shouldn't have, and even though I had panic attacks that I shouldn't have, and even though I hurted some people with my emotion irregularity that I shouldn't have, I took some control sometimes. So it's not all loose. Next category, body health. I will go to the gym 2 times a week. I will eat healthy and avoid bread and sugar. I will have my dream body. I'm not gonna say how many kilograms, but I always had a dream body in my brain with a certain kilograms. This didn't happen. This is the first this is the first fail right off the bat. I'm not gonna pretend like I did it. I did not go to the gym at all this year. 2024, I went to the gym a lot. 2024, I had a gym best friend. She was really close to me, and we used to go to the gym together. And I saw really prominent what's the word? Improvement. I saw really big improvement in 2024, and I told myself I'm gonna continue that journey in 2025. I didn't, and I didn't gain weight. I don't think my weight was stable throughout the year, but I definitely didn't go 2 times a week to the gym, and I definitely didn't eat healthy. I definitely didn't avoid bread and sugar because apparently that's my kryptonite. So yeah, I didn't really do this. And 8, religiously, I will get closer to God and start the habit of praying. This was a fail too. Well, yeah. For the first part of the year, it was going really good, but the last part of the year was going really bad. So, it wasn't up and it wasn't down. Is it a complete fail? I want to say, not a complete, but is it a fail? I want to say yes. It is an because I didn't really follow through this promise. And honestly, I feel like this year it is that year, because this year I'm gonna do some changes that they are personal, and I'm not gonna share them in this video. I'm not gonna share the 2026 New Year's resolutions because they are way personal than this. In my opinion, this is really general, but I have, because of therapy, and this all links together, because of therapy has showed me that I have some other problems that I'm not really focusing on. And I'm focusing on the career, and I'm focusing on the finance, and I'm focusing on the relationships, and that's good, all good and dandy, but I'm not really focusing on some really deep personal psychological trauma related things. And I want 2026 to be the year where I work on those things. I'm still gonna work on these, but I'm gonna add those to the list. So those will be my priority. And in 2025 I had 8 categories. In 2026 I have 1. 2026 is the year I will love myself more than anyone else. That's my resolution. And on the surface it sounds self-explanatory, but on a very deeper level it has many subgenre and details. There are a lot of details in that sentence that I will not share. What do I mean exactly? But yeah, some changes will be made. This has actually made me feel really good. I really advise you to do this. Even though you don't have a YouTube channel, just look back at your 2025 resolutions. Even though they were fails, look back at them and tell yourself that even though this happened, I did that and I'm proud of it. Even though that didn't work out, that other thing happened and I'm proud of it. So yeah, did I get accepted in Chevening? No, but I got my master's. I'll get my diploma soon. Did I find the one and I got married like I hoped? No, but I still hold my standards and I still didn't go back to a cheater. All of these are wins. They're all wins. Just because they didn't go according to the plan 100%. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you got to this point, thank you. I recommend this. Do this. Look back at your life. Call the wins that are wins wins. Call the fails that are fails. And you know, make resolutions. I know they are cliche and everybody hates them, but make them and look back at them. But make them in an organized way. Don't make a vision board that you'll never look to again. Make this. This has helped me. Also, tell me your New Year's resolutions in the comments. Yeah, let's talk about that. So I'll see you next time. Bye!